Can you have more cash and more CPF if you take a bank loan? Yes, but at what cost?
Put in more deposits so you take a lesser loan.
It's hard for them to decide, hey, should I go all big condo or just take a safer route and just go with an HDB or EA? Okay, welcome back guys to More Than Money, the podcast where we talk about property, money and mindset. Our mini series, Property by Design. Okay, this is our second episode. So it is actually a case study. One of my case studies that I'm going to share with you, which I did it back in 2023.
Okay.
So again, I'm Jeffrey, KW consultant in Singapore.
Yeah, I'm Elfie, the same, Keller Williams, Singapore.
Okay, let's begin. Okay, so this is actually Farhan and Huda, 33 and 31. So these folks were staying in a BTO in Sembawang. Okay, as you can see here, currently staying in a BTO in Sembawang. And Farhan was earning 8.5 and then Huda is 5.7. And then they had one baby on the way. And the idea or the plan was to live with parents and then move together with them in their next place.
Okay.
So they really wanted space.
Okay.
And then of course their concerns were, should we go for a condo or should we just go big and go home?
Wow. Okay, can I ask you a few things? Number one, what does Farhan work as?
He was actually a tech sales. Of course, this is not their actual name, but the profile-wise, yes, is quite there. Maybe I changed the numbers here and there. Yeah. So he's in tech sales. On top of the base pay of 8.5, he's earning a bit of commissions. Huda is a teacher actually.
I see.
Yeah. So these folks were recommended to me by their friends who purchased their property through me, and then they wanted the same kind of idea.
Okay. Okay. So it's a family with one baby on the way. So they've been living in this 4-room BTO in Sembawang for the past 5 years.
Yep.
They're just having a baby right now. Okay,
Correct.
understand.
This was in 2023.
Nice.
Yeah. So we are in 2025.
Yes. Hello.
2 years later. Just want to share what transpired over the 2 years.
Okay.
And then we see maybe I'm not sure whether you've seen this.
Yes.
Maybe we can take a guess later on.
Okay.
What they could have done better,
Right.
or was it the right kind of plan
I see.
to move forward? back
Okay.
then? Okay. So current foundations, they are again 4-room BTO.
Okay.
They bought that cheap, and then valuation was more than 2x.
Nice.
This is, by the way, for those of you who are not sure or not uninformed, the BTOs that made a killing were actually at the outskirts of Singapore.
I see.
Yeah, because the entry price was so
very low. I see.
And then, of course, now they are benefiting from the bull run from post-COVID.
I see. So you're talking about cash proceeds of in excess of 250k.
Back then was about 200-ish. I mean, nowadays you can get 300,000-400,000.
300 for
Easy.
400,000.
Yeah. Like the Canberra folks, they bought 300. They're
Right.
selling at 700-800.
I see.
Yeah, that's why their proceeds are in excess of.
So I guess it's the same at Tampines, Greenview, all those places. They're making like $300,000-400,000.
Yep. Easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Wow.
So they want a bigger space, and of course they want their parents to retire and live with them.
I see.
Yeah.
So their parents have their own property.
Yep.
So the parents are still working, you're saying?
Actually, the parents are no longer working.
Okay.
But I guess they just want a house.
Together.
Yeah, and then they want the whole kampong to be under one
Multi-generational. Okay.
living.
Right.
So they want the whole kampong to be living under one roof.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was back then. 570 less of outstanding loan of 60. Let me highlight. So the selling price is 570.
Okay.
Outstanding loan is 60. And then CPF refund to husband 115. Refund to wife is 155. This includes the accrued interest.
I see.
Okay. And then deposit from the buyer. Their gross proceeds is about 235.
Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, the wife used a lot more CPF than the husband. Is there a reason why?
I think from the get-go, slightly higher.
I
Potentially,
see.
the wife may have
Started
more,
working earlier.
Yeah, or maybe NS.
NS.
2 years.
Oh man.
Yeah, they had a 2-year head start.
I see. But the guy has now earned more than the lady.
Yes.
On the wife. Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. And lessing off all the miscellaneous fees as well as the agency fees plus GST,
Nice.
their net proceeds is about 221.
Nice.
I normally tell clients when they see this figure here, be prepared to get about 3,000 to 4,000 cash lower in the next 4-5 months.
Why?
Two things: they will be paying their monthly mortgage in CPF, so they will accrue more interest and
Okay.
they would have withdrawn more CPF.
Correct.
That's one. At the same time, the outstanding loan will keep keep going down. But the rate of your loan going down is actually very small because you have these two components, principal and interest.
Correct.
Yeah, so your mortgage may be 1,000, but only 500 goes into the property. So 4-5 months later, it's only less by 2,005.
Okay.
But your CPF would have gone up by 5,000-ish.
I see.
Yeah, so that's why that 2,000 plus of cash eroded in that sense.
Okay. So because when you are paying mortgage monthly, your monthly installment, let's say it's $2,000, right at the start, you're paying actually more interest than your principal, or a lot more, like in terms of percentage. And then it gets reduced as you pay off your main principal amount that you own.
Correct.
So that's mortgage, that's amortization for you.
Yeah, so not all the $1,000 or $2,000 goes into your house because you pay cost of borrowing.
Correct.
Yeah, more than half usually.
I see. And then just now you were saying about accrued interest. But Jem, it's my money. What? Okay, this is an argument. Even if you post videos on YouTube or on TikTok, you'll get these people texting you and then saying, well, accrued interest is my money. What?
Yeah.
After I sell, I get my money. Can you explain to us how does this CPF accrued interest work?
Essentially, accrued interest is interest that the government or CPF is supposed to pay you. If you have monies in your CPF account, 2.5% per annum, this is like a savings. Because ultimately CPF is for retirement, but they allow us to use CPF for our housing, but you still owe your retirement account.
You owe yourself.
You owe yourself. For this case, 15K for the wife,
Oh my gosh.
10K for the husband.
Okay.
Yeah. So if the wife did not commit or withdraw that 140 odd thousand into the house.
Okay, understand.
So she pay in cash. Okay, so down payment cash, monthly cash. This 15K, CPF would pay her, give her extra.
I see.
Over
Nice.
the 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. But do you think it's worth it?
Personally, I think it's worth it in terms of, okay, so without using your CPF, sometimes, number one, our home ownership rates wouldn't be so high because people will be thinking like, cash flow
Yes.
and things like that.
Yeah.
People won't commit. So to a certain degree, it's good. It's better to focus on buying the right property than accrued interest per se.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, because what's the alternative? You pay cash. And then yes, you get this 15,000 extra after 5 years, but at what cost?
Correct.
Yeah. I mean 2.5%, you can easily make more outside.
Correct. Because there are people out there oh, you're using CPF accrued, you are using CPF, so there's CPF accrued interest, but they don't see the other side of the argument. It also allows you to buy better properties.
Yeah.
Right?
Use cash.
Use cash. Okay.
Again, this was just an example of
Right.
how much they accrue over the 5 years.
I see.
10 and 15K
okay, just good to know.
respectively.
Right, good to know. And another thing is a lot of people like to, they see their CPF amount. Let's say in their CPF OA, they see 100,000. Then they see their loan also 100,000. Then they think this 100,000, pay off the loan.
Yeah.
I'm debt free. I don't have debt. I fully paid. But they don't understand they cannot sell your HDB flat for a profit most likely because the accrued interest is going to snowball
Yep.
so big that it's going to be almost impossible.
That's true. So for this case, they technically can fully pay because they have 100,000 inside their CPF.
Okay, good.
And their outstanding loan was only 60K.
Nice.
Yeah, technically, they can fully pay.
Correct. Okay.
But at what cost, like you mentioned?
At what cost? Good.
Okay. So cash proceeds 220, and then CPF at their disposal is about 370 thereabout.
Right.
Total.
Okay.
This includes the current OA that they have, about 100K total. Again, this is their estimated contribution on a monthly basis. This will amount up to, how much is this? 3-4?
Yes.
3-4? Okay.
So that means their monthly OA contribution is $3,400. Okay.
This is over a period of 12 months because you have to factor in bonuses and things like that. So if you have 2 months worth of bonuses on a yearly basis, then simple way is just to take 14 months.
I see.
Divided by 12 lah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And then typically for clients who meet us, we have a rough gauge on their estimated loans. So for their case, they potentially could loan about 860 for an HDB using a bank loan. HFE or HDB loan, potentially they can loan higher because the stress test is lower.
Okay. What is a stress test?
Stress test essentially is like a ceiling imposed onto you so that MAS ensure that we do not overborrow.
Right.
Yeah. They want the citizens to exercise prudency.
I see.
To not overborrow in case the interest rates fluctuates and goes up.
I see. So
Yeah.
they buffer a bit.
A lot actually.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
Because current interest rates, as we are, doing this video,
Yep.
it's probably around 1.5, 1.6%.
1.5, correct.
1.5.
Yeah.
So if you are making bank loan for your next property and your stress test is 4%, that means you're buffering around 2.5%, which is more than 200% above the original rates.
So you think that you are over borrowing, but in actuality, they already buffer and cushion it for you.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. So trust our government.
Yes.
Because back then, this total debt servicing ratio for a private property used to be 60%.
So if they earn a combined income of $10,000, let's say husband 5,000, wife 5,000. So you're talking about the TDSR. What does it mean basically? The 55%.
Okay, so as you can see, just now we went through the loan for HDB.
Okay. Maximum loan that they can take.
Potentially.
Okay, potentially.
Okay, and then for an EC, it's slightly higher even though the stress test is the same because the tenure is being stretched to 30 years. So the longer you can borrow, the amount get more.
I see.
Okay. For private property, even though it's 30 years, the same, stress test is the same, 4%, your total debt servicing ratio, the amount that you can use from your income to pay for your property has actually gone up by close to double.
I see.
Yeah, from 30% to 55%.
I see.
So to answer your question, if your combined income is let's say 10,000, if you buy anything HDB or EC, they allow you to only pay your mortgage up to 3,000 a month.
New EC.
New EC. Yeah, but for a condo, you can go up to 5,005 per month.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are some clients who go like, but I can pay 4,000 if let's say they buy an HDB. Okay, my disposable income is a lot. I can pay 4,000 on a monthly basis. Can I borrow more? The answer is no. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you can pay. It's already capped at 30%.
Correct.
Yeah, same goes for the condo equivalent.
I understand.
Even though you can pay 7,000, I mean, who in their right mind in today's age gonna pay 70% of their income into a property?
Correct.
Yeah, but they already capped it at 55%. So imagine this particular Farhan and Huda, 33 and 31 years old, earning 8, 7 and 5. So total 13, 7. Okay. Pre-COVID, they could have borrowed 2 million. So actually reduced by close to 300,000.
Wow.
So as they regulate these policies even more, it's going to be harder and harder to borrow in the future. This is one of the reasons why I don't think property prices are going to crash. People may think that we are in a bubble because of the new launches, all the new crazy high prices, but that is relative. Yeah, but based on this, I think we are safe lah in that sense.
I think like for us Singaporeans, it's like we always think we are in a bubble. Always, right? No matter which market you are at. Because I also shared with you in 2011, 2012, when I first started, we were selling new launches, let's say at the sale in Marina. Right? Studio apartments were like what, 500, 600,000? Now it's 1.4, 1.3 million easy. It's almost double the prices.
Yep. It's hard to grasp the idea that it's going to double in 10 years, for example.
Right. Because people think that the income cannot catch up with property prices. But if you look at the Singapore savings rate, the amount of money Singaporeans save and the amount that we invest in stocks, in bonds and all that, Singaporeans take out this money and then they reinvest in properties. It's like people don't understand this. Harder assets, right? They only peg income and property when actually it should be towards public housing, I feel. Instead of private properties.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So usually this is what I explain to my clients that, okay, pre-COVID, the same person, same income, same age could have borrowed potentially up to 300k more.
Oh my God.
Okay. So total funds at their disposal.
Starting capital.
Yeah. Post-sale is about, if let's say we just take their CPF and their cash, total, they close to 600,000. So this is a rough max budget. Based on their loan. This is max budget based on their down payment.
I see.
This is all in. Show hands. Loan,
everything.
CPF.
So that means the house cannot renovate, cannot buy new car.
Can.
Oh, still can buy new car.
Reno loan.
Okay.
New car can.
New car.
Zero down.
Okay.
This does not constitute as financial advice.
Yes.
Okay, so this is...
So this $2 million?
This is for private properties. So this was the loan breakdown. This is their funds breakdown. And then, okay, so of course the idea is they are not sure whether to go for a huge condo or a jumbo. So I did their numbers. Okay, let's see whether you can see.
Okay, why these two properties as consideration? Why want to buy a jumbo or why they want to buy a condo?
Actually, they only wanted to buy a jumbo. Because the friends that recommended me to them bought a jumbo through me. Yeah, and jumbo back then we bought like 600 plus thousand.
How much jumbo prices nowadays?
Now Woodlands, the one that came out in the news, 1.27.
Oh. And how much is the lease balance?
In Woodlands, typically you can get 60 plus to 70 plus as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Relatively healthy compared to maybe places like Tampines.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And size to price ratio, one of the
Very
best.
good. Yeah,
or
one
if
of
not
the
the
best.
best.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so they wanted to buy a condo for size, obviously.
No, so buy Jumbo for size.
For size, did they plan on being landlords or something? Because their family is still small.
Yes.
Were they thinking of being landlords?
Yeah, so one of the requirement is, yes, I want to house my parents.
Okay.
And then at the same time, I want to have some passive income because Jumbo is huge. And the ones that we were looking at was close to 2,000 square feet. So they can actually carve up 300 odd square feet and create a studio.
I see.
But of course, not all Jumbos are made equal.
Okay.
You need to look at the floor plans. Later,
Right.
we're going to go through what they eventually bought or what we went to see.
Okay.
Yeah, those are floor plans that are more malleable.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Good.
So this is essentially the breakdown.
Okay.
And back then, Jumbos in 2023 were sub a mil, 950, 980. Some of them were going more than 1 mil. So at 950K, these were their cash outlay. Okay, so rows 5 to 10 were cash outlay. If you buy an HDB through an agent, there is a 1% agency fee plus GST. Just to give you guys some context, row D is for HDB loan
Okay.
and row E for bank loan.
So you are comparing them side by side.
Side by side. Buy the same property, but just two different methods.
Okay, so taking the same loan, maybe not necessarily. Is it taking the same amount of loan?
No.
No, okay.
No. The reason why is because the BTO they bought using HDB loan, right?
Correct.
You want to borrow from me again? Can. But you need to put in 50% of your BTO proceeds into your house. All of your CPF, you only can keep 20K in each account. The rest, the remainder, I can lend you, no problem. Again, HDB, you want to borrow from me again? Can.
Okay,
50%. So that's why this 117,500 is actually half of this amount here.
Nice.
Okay. For banks, it's slightly different. As long as you have 5% cash, 20% other down payment can be CPF or cash.
I see.
I can loan you 75%, no problem, as long as each income can match.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why the cash is only 47,500 here.
I see. And when you talk about bank loan approval is based on 75% of the valuation.
Of the property value, correct?
Property value,
Yeah.
not the official purchase price. Because purchase price sometimes may include COB.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so that one we can...
Yeah.
I have a figure below.
Nice.
Yeah, this one can be like this or COV lah.
Right. Okay, good.
So that's why the cash difference close to 70.
Oh, wow.
70 odd thousand.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very apparent when you look at your net balance. Okay. For CPF, again, this is 20%. Okay, legal fee slightly higher, but it's negligible. CPF wise, from the onset, it looks similar.
I see.
But at the end, it's actually more because, again, you can only keep 20,000 each, husband, wife.
Okay.
Okay. So even though they can loan potentially up to 860 for a bank, you are limited to 75% of the property value.
Yes.
So for this case, no COV, assuming. So it's 712,500 is 75% of the property value.
Okay.
And then for this, it's much lower because again, you have to put in all your CPF.
So you put in more deposits, so you take a lesser loan.
Correct. Because it is a second HDB loan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if max loan approved is 450K, but balance loan required is 497? What happens then?
Then you just have to make up for that shortfall, either in CPF or cash.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Back then in 2023, we were looking at 3.5%
Yes.
interest rate.
Right.
Now it's 1.5. Yeah. So this was what they were considering, whether to take HDB loan, bank loan, with the prevailing interest rates back then at 3.5. Is
Okay.
it worthwhile?
Right.
When HDB's rate is stable, fixed for the next 25 years. So these are all the considerations. And then your mortgage, it's higher by 1,003, for example. And technically, less of CPF contribution.
Okay.
Their contribution, as we mentioned earlier, about 3.5.
Okay.
And then there is a shortfall, monthly shortfall that you have to fork out in cash.
I see.
Okay, so
Cash or CPF lah.
CPF balance. Yeah. So essentially, if you look at the cash excess, row 38, okay, let's do this.
Nice.
Row 38. You have 221 to start and then you only need 57, you are left with 160.
I see.
But for this one, you need 127, that's why you are left with 93. And then for the CPF, can you see this portion here? I had to add in because HDB won't allow you to keep 185,000 even though you can loan. So just now to answer your question, or actually not your question, technically they can loan 960 and they can loan 642 for example, but they they need to make sure that ending balance is 40k.
Right.
So you down pay with more.
Okay, so 20k each as reserves.
Maximum. I think not too long ago, it was 0.
Yeah.
So this was long story short, can you have more cash and more CPF if you take a bank loan? Yes, but at what cost? The cost is you borrow higher by 212,000.
Okay, so 1.5 times.
About 1.5 times higher. And then you get the higher rate. And then on a monthly basis, you are paying 1,003 higher. So that is a cost.
But payable via CPF or?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we try to simplify as much as possible. Yes, you can get 70k cash more. Yes, you can keep 140k CPF more. Are you okay if you pay on a monthly basis 1,003 higher?
I see.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, one question. I mean, if they have cash proceeds of $93,000 after everything, how much was the reno fees eventually?
120.
Okay, so they took a loan for that or?
Yes, they took a loan for that.
Okay.
This is assuming HDB loan left with 93. Yes.
I see.
120k worth of reno works done.
Nice. I guess nowadays the reno cost has gone up so much. For example, a 5-room flat can easily go to $100,000.
Yes.
Because I was at my cousin's place over the weekend, $140,000 for a 5A. 5A is relatively huge.
Yeah.
Okay. But of course, the house was done well. It was done by an ID. But yeah, so just take note of the cost nowadays. It's not the material cost really, but it's really the manpower cost.
Interesting. So now the question is, would you have lower CPF excess or buffer? I mean, cash, one will argue, yes, I want to keep more because it's more liquid. You can use reno, can pay for car, etc. But do you need 180k excess CPF or would you rather have a lower loan? Because now they are taking on a full 75%. 700k, let's call it. Would you reduce this 700 to 550, for example?
Personally, I won't. Because number one, okay, back then depends. Okay, because at 3.5%. But anyway, nowadays, I probably won't. I rather take out the money, put it in my OA, earn 2.5% versus, because now I'm paying interest rate mortgage is around 1.5%.
Yep.
Might as well I earn 2.5% on the other side. And
But back then, if let's say this is the case,
if this was the situation, I probably would feel much safer to have money in my OA account as reserve.
Okay.
So let's say if there's a job loss, etc., I still have buffer. Because if not, I'll be left with zero. That cash excess is going to be gone in an instant. Right? And then you only have 40k.
Yeah.
So the backup is not so strong. I feel.
okay, makes sense.
But again, it depends on
How much lah?
How much
buffer? And also it's quite hard to determine how much exactly is the buffer. So potentially we can look at the number of years, for example. Maybe 172 years of reserves is overkill lah.
Excessive lah.
Yeah, maybe let's say 2 years or 5 years. It depends.
So did they? Okay, so their reserves were actually at 172 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
because of this 180 odd thousand lah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Twilight. Vampire.
Yeah,
Upgrading.
still have access.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was their potential plan for HDB. And then, of course, we went through the numbers for a condo.
I see. Okay, so based on the numbers on Jumbo, again, they were unsure whether they want to go for a Jumbo or a condo. Is this typical of clients nowadays when they have a BTO flat?
Yeah, they are either going for size or they are going for asset progression.
I see.
Yeah, those who are more or less decided, they are definitely going for space. I just met this client, HFE, 6 kids, and then one more on the way.
HFE 6 kids.
There's 6 occupiers in the HFE.
Wow.
Plus one more on the way.
So you doing submission is very tedious, huh? Like,
And then hang.
Okay,
Yeah.
cannot comment. HDB website.
Yes. So, like, that one like really need the space.
Okay.
And can you go for a private property? Technically, you can. And then at what cost lah? Maybe your purchase budget is not that high.
I see.
And you need that space. So potentially you need to go for older condos. Then when you go older, it's also subjected to the same lease decay, you see?
Correct.
So it's hard for them to decide, hey, should I go old big condo or just take a safer route and just go with an HDB or EA? But for this case, Jeff, I want Jumbo.
Okay.
So I went through their options, but I also told them, hey, why not consider a private property? You still can get a relatively young project, size-wise as well, 1,004, 1,005.
Which is quite huge
Which
actually.
is quite huge, but I guess the argument is livable space. What if they don't need that balcony?
Right.
And then aircon latch also.
I see.
So when you all things considered, it's not as spacious as Jumbo lah.
Yeah. One of the things that people like to do, like when they search for properties on Property Guru, then they look at the size, right? For example, you want to buy a condo, you look at the size. Wow, this condo is big. But actually, most of the condos online are the pre-harmonized. Pre-harmonized meaning they don't take into account the aircon latch size. I mean, the properties that you see, they have aircon latch or just huge planter boxes included in the size.
Yes.
So 1,004, that means we minus around 8-10%. So livable space is like what, 1,002? Yeah, thereabouts. So it's a bit, just minus 8%.
Correct.
From the size lah.
That is the fastest way to calculate lah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, if it's 1,004 and then livable space is 1,002, then you compare to a 2,000 square feet Jumbo, then the size difference can be apparent, you see.
Almost double.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like,
right.
Yeah.
So why would you tell them to go to a private property in the first place? Or why did they want to buy a condo like?
They didn't want to.
Okay.
I planted that idea. Because at the end of the day, I think it has to be fair for them to know all their options.
Correct.
We cannot be like a waiter. See, you want this, I give you. To me lah, I feel. Yeah.
Because sometimes, let's say you're a HDB upgrader, you're also, the consultant you choose, you're also limited by their knowledge, right? Or their expertise. If they only do 100% HDB, and then you tell them, hey, look, I want to upgrade to a condo, they will say, a condo is not good, a condo is smaller, things like that.
No, or for example, for this case, if let's say you do 100% HDB and I come to you, I want to buy Jumbo, then you will just say, okay. You get me or not?
You want to upsize?
Yeah, like, okay. It's like, there's no, why? And then have you explored the private property options?
Agreed.
Yeah, you just have to explore a bit more. You know what? This is your income. This is your age. You're going to be working for the next 20, 30 years. Why not make full use of your asset?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they've done some research, but sometimes, before they met you, sometimes they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Because not everything you can put it out on the internet. Like, for example, your knowledge and all that. Some knowledge is just...
That's true. I think maybe for my clients, it's not that they don't do their research. It's just that they are so busy with their work and family. Yeah, only the hardcore few will know to a T what they're getting themselves into in terms of private property, etc. And typically, those are not my clients.
I see.
Because I shared with you before, I'm here to spread financial literacy through real estate.
Right.
Can you go for your HDB option if you want a roof over your head? By all means, just know the trade-offs.
So it's all about a trade-off, which is the main theme of our channel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So when I shared with them this private property plans, of course, they want to see whether the numbers make sense. And based on the numbers that we broke down, it actually did make sense. So for private property purchase, number one, you only require 5% cash.
Okay.
There is no agency fees payable. Okay. And it's similar to buying an HDB using a bank loan because 20% CPF payable. Okay. And then, of course, the loan is also capped at 75% of the property value. Even though your age and income can get you 1.7, for example.
Right.
So mortgage-wise, based on 3.5% back then, 30 years, it's 5,000. So for BTO upgraders, especially, even if your mortgage is 1,002, 1,005, and then now you're asking me to pay 3.5 times, then it's a big ask. It's a tall ask. Okay, so if it's just on paper, then it's going to be shortfall of 1,005 less of your CPF contribution.
Okay.
And then some families, I cannot, or that's too much.
I see.
So in your experience, what do your clients say after they realize that in order for them to service a $1.5 million condo with a 1.125 loan, this is their mortgage? What would they normally say?
I think usually, like you say, they'll be like, wow, this one have to top up using cash, right? That's their main assumption. They'll be shocked slightly. But I guess that's it, bro. I mean, that's the only thing that people are concerned about because it will affect their current lifestyle.
Yes.
That's their main concern. And then if you see that you have to top up cash, what if you suffer a job loss, for example, and then you have to downgrade from your current condo, which is a fall of status, And then what are your friends gonna talk about? You know, like when you buy a condo, when you buy a home, you're so proud, take photos here, post on Instagram, and then suddenly, you know, everything crumbles. So they are very concerned on the shortfall for that matter.
Okay. So typically I share with the clients, okay, so there are a lot of moving parts. One of them is, of course, how much you are willing to fork out on a monthly basis to save into your property. That's one. And then the other will be like, of course, the cash post sale and purchase. Some of them, they are quite surprised that, hey, after I buy my condo versus an HDB, my cash proceeds higher.
Yeah. So good point, right?
Yeah.
So previously, I mean, last time also I compared between buying a HDB, taking a HDB loan and buying condo using a bank loan.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's quite similar. The amount of cash proceeds. They'll be surprised, you're right.
Yeah. But for this case, the bank loan condo, the cash proceeds is much higher, 50k. Because just now
50K,
you remember
yes.
90,000 for
Correct.
HDB loan.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you want to compare to HDB,
Taking a bank loan.
bank
of
loan,
course.
but again,
But not
a
so
lot-
much.
Not
Yes,
a lot of
not
difference.
so much. Because it's only a 5%, you know, deposit
Yeah.
difference.
So 5% on 1 mil is
It's
50k.
50K, yeah.
But 5% on a 2 mil, for example, you double the property, is only 100k. So 50k
Correct.
difference.
Yes.
Yeah. So not substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So post sale and purchase net, they will get about 146 cash. And then CPF, after less off stamp duties, etc., they are left with 50. So now this 50 can serve them another 2.5 years, assuming they do not want to fork out that 1,500 lah.
Right. So they can draw out $1,573, which is the supposedly cash top up from their CPF excess of $50,900. It's going to last them
Yes.
for 2.7 years.
Correct.
What happens after 2.7 years?
So after 2.7 years, then you have to pay the full brunt of this 1,500. So number one, you shouldn't plan for 2.7 years. That's one. Minimally 4 years, but ideally 6 to 8 years. So you're not subject to the movements of the property cycle, for example.
Yeah.
And we are not advocating for every 3-4 years flip. Yeah, you gotta have some time in the market lah. And it's a high ask also to get people to keep moving every 3-4 years.
Correct.
So again, the different moving parts will be: are you okay to pay 1,500 every month? Then they say no. Then how much are you willing to fork out on a monthly basis, excluding maintenance, property tax? Then they will say, okay, 500 for example. So we can just key in here 500. So it has gone up. This 50k, because your denominator has gotten lower, can last you additional 1.3 years,
I
total to
see.
4 years. So you can adjust a few things. Yeah.
Yeah, so instead of taking $1,573 from your pool of $50,900, you take only $1,073.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's why it extends.
Yes. Okay. Alternatively, you fork out extra in the down payment in cash, for example. Maybe
see.
you don't need 146,000 in cash. Maybe you put another 50k in cash. So essentially, you just shift the monies to the CPF lah.
I
Excess.
understand. Okay.
So now suddenly, 11.7 years. Wow.
Good. So the cash excess, the cash that you set aside $50,000, do you put it in your OA or do you put it in the bank?
OA.
In your OA.
Yes.
Okay, so
Sorry, the cash access or
the cash, the 50k that you transferred.
I down
additional cash deposit.
I down pay into the property.
Okay, so instead of 5%, it's more lah.
Yeah, so instead of 5%,
Becomes 8.3%.
8.3%.
Nice.
Correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
then your CPF component goes lower. Instead of 20%, goes down to 16.
Correct.
For example.
I
But you
understand.
still take on a full 75% loan.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's good.
Again, there's only 3 components when buying a property. Cash, CPF, loan. If you lower down your loan, means you need to use more cash or CPF, you see. Yeah. Essentially, that's it lah.
What are some other strategies that they can lower their installment?
One is to use more cash, and then other strategy will be extend loan tenure.
Extend
That's
loan
one.
tenure, yeah.
That's more advanced lah. Usually this is at the start where are you sure condo better?
Yeah.
And then are you sure we can afford?
Correct.
And then
These are the questions at first lah.
yes, and then they will ask, what if wife stop working?
Yes.
Then we will zero. For example, 3,002. Then 3,002. Okay, and let's say lah, give you. No need to pay. Yeah, so 3,002.
But this is with a $50,000 cash deposit. Okay.
correct, extra.
Right. 3.9 years. So the wife no need to work for 4 years lah.
Technically lah.
If she don't want to work.
If they want to account for
I see.
no pay leave, for example, wife teacher.
I see. What if they say, hey Jeff, maybe in another 2 years my wife doesn't want to work, for example. So would you still recommend them go this route?
Yes. Because if number one, if you cannot take on a loan, a bigger loan in 2 years time, then you should contribute all the more duit now. But of course, you have to factor in all these moving parts lah. You have to factor in 2 years' time. Wife no longer contributes. And then in 2 years' time, as a family, how much can they save into the property? If it's zero, we put as zero.
Correct.
Because one other alternative is to bring down the purchase price. You can always taper.
I understand. So you guys, you can see that having a spreadsheet alone is just numbers, right? But you need someone to actually strategize for you depending on your situation. You can't just go online, do your research. You know, I like this guy's plan, so I use it. But if you have a consultant, using this spreadsheet is very, very powerful.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, yes, we will plan and strategize for you, but you have to imagine yourself living there day to day for the next 5-7 years, for example. And then can you factor in the fact that, okay, it's not a jumbo, it's not 2,000 square feet, it's only 1,002. That's one. And then can you imagine if you are going on a no-pay leave for 1-2 years?
Okay.
Then you put all this into account. And I think we both agree that sometimes you just have to look at properties first. See whether it makes sense. If it doesn't, we can always go back to an HDB.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because it's not always about money. It's also about, like living day to day. You have to feel. No feel, better don't buy.
Okay, I want to ask you this question that my clients just posed to me. But the place that we want to buy, no nice condo. Or no condo. How?
Oh, wow.
I want the HDB next to my mother.
Yeah. It goes back to priorities lah. Right. So if you are really thinking about retirement planning, the trade-off is you have to live further, but how further?
Yeah.
Then you say, oh, this condo is actually just 1 bus stop or 2 bus stops away. Do you really need to live beside your mom?
Yeah.
So this is the value of a consultant, I feel.
So you really ask, is it a day-to-day thing or is it once a month?
Correct.
Or twice a month?
Yes.
And then threshold in that sense. What are you willing to forego? To what extent? Yeah, because I did share with them. I think, no, back then, 2023, I didn't have this equity thingy. Like, let's assume this 1.5, okay, grows at 3%. Okay, your outstanding loan from 1.125, eventually, after 30 years, it will go to zero. Okay, but the property value may have gone up in the future in 30 years.
So 3% is like normal inflation rate. In fact, for the past 5 years, properties has gone up like 4-5%. Crazy, yeah?
Yeah, so this is conservative. Yeah, so at the end of the day, 3.6 million versus your HDB equivalent. Yes, you want to stay beside your mother or parents-in-law, for example. Are you willing to forego this? Then we really ask the hard questions.
Correct.
So at 1.5, you can, depending on their what they want, cash after sell and buy, how much cash they're willing to fork out on a monthly basis. Then we can taper what budget. And then from there, are there suitable condos or properties that they can buy that checks their boxes? Because they still want to stay in the north area.
I see.
They were from Sembawang.
Okay.
They still want to stay in the north area, potentially woodlands, things like that. Yeah.
Why don't want to live in the east? Joking.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
RTS. Yeah, so these were their options back then. Let me see. This was their BTO.
Nice.
It took a while to sell because they actually merged the 2 rooms.
Okay. Interesting. It's much more challenging to sell all this.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you need to appeal to as many people as possible. It's just law of numbers, is it?
Yeah.
And for this BTO, bomb shelter is located in the living room. Ideally, I would like it to be in the kitchen.
Right.
Like maybe like here, for example. Yeah, that one just nice. Then the living and dining spacious.
Yes. If not like this, very awkward, the space.
Yes, correct. You come in, then a bit cramped.
I see.
Yeah, but the view was nice.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice, yeah. Okay, from here, this is what I shared
I
with
see.
them.
Nice.
Hey, you want big size, you want to accommodate your parents, why not get a 4-bedder?
How much was this property back then? Do you remember?
This was about 1.48. Put 1.5 lah.
How much is it now?
That's why. Later I will show you.
Okay.
Later I will show you. Okay, so we are just going through floor plans first.
Nice.
Can they imagine themselves living here?
Okay.
It's a good landscape kind of layout.
Yes.
Living, dining. But of course, like we mentioned earlier, the livable space Okay, you have to account for all these different spaces.
The aircon ledge, the balcony.
You're paying for this,
Yes.
It's included in the 1.5.
Correct.
Yeah. And kitchen-wise, still very decent. You have yard, you still have a utility, third toilet. Yeah.
So that's the water closet. The utility is for the helper lah.
Yeah,
Most likely.
utility, water closet, yard, common bath. This one, if you have Jack and Jill, that's the best lah.
I see.
So you have like a junior master of sorts.
Right.
And then all the common rooms can accommodate a queen. So this was one of the options. And then this is also their option if they go big and then go home.
1,900 square feet. Oh my
close
God.
to 2,000 square
Wow.
feet. Yeah. So this is a 3 and a 4 room combined. This used to be the 3 room kitchen. This is the 4 room kitchen.
Where's the entrance again?
The entrance is over here.
I see. Okay,
so
okay.
you go
So
in
this is
here.
a typical layout actually.
This is a typical
Typical layout.
corner jumbo layout.
Correct.
For corridor units, you just forgo this side and then you enter here lah.
Okay, so you enter via the balcony. Okay,
This
and
is the
then
balcony.
so where will the tenant stay if they choose to rent out
The tenant will go in here.
and study?
So this whole space will be demarcated for
Right.
the tenant, and you still have a sizable, like a 5A size,
Interesting.
about there.
So the income from the rental, can it cover the monthly installment?
Monthly installment, how much was it? Three-ish kan?
3-ish.
Yeah. No.
No. Okay.
But I mean, the husband still contributing.
Yes,
OA.
yes. So you see, it's a bit, even for a property buyer, comparing a jumbo between a condo, because the size is so huge and you have the option of being a landlord, paying off, the monthly installment.
Yeah.
It's a challenging dilemma.
Irresistible.
Irresistible.
Oh, tempting. The word is tempting. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Temptation,
tempting. So like I still get my size. I still get passive income.
Correct. What if I take the passive income, I put in an S&P 500, right?
Yeah.
Can I potentially earn more?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Technically, you can. So, but it's no longer passive lah. You have to actively invest again.
Correct.
Then that's the trade-off lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So back then, I quoted them about 1,008 on a monthly basis. But their first tenant, they managed to get 2,500.
Back then, was the rental quite high versus now?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely,
Now
okay.
rental tapered. But the good thing about this is you are carving up your own market, you see. Because as a tenant, you either go for a whole unit for yourself, you pay the premium. Because of budget, you go for a shared space, co-living, maybe a common room or master room. But this is best of both worlds where you get a studio with full privacy and the price is palatable.
Right.
The only comparison will be like a studio condo. Yeah. And studio condos are typically smaller, but you get facilities. So
I
you have
see.
to weigh that trade-offs.
Do you know if there are the dual key units around Woodlands?
For
Called private properties?
Yes, Forestville. So 2,500, 2,000. So this was the jumbo option, and layout wise also quite good. Like all these walls can be hacked. Essentially, you get 6 bedroom?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if you want to consider this 6.
Wow.
But they don't need 6, so this one, I think husband become study.
Gaming room?
Gaming chair.
Gaming chair.
Yeah, so this was their consideration between
This
this
was
and
their
this.
dilemma lah.
Dilemma, yes. And then eventually they went with this layout.
Jumbo.
The jumbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So what happened here, Flynn?
I just carve out this into a studio.
Okay.
And then this whole space, this is their master, this is their kitchen, this is their living, dining, and then this is the family or the husband's study area. And then you still have 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. Essentially.
Okay. So can you show me? Okay. So how they enter themselves, the family?
So they enter here.
Okay. They enter here, and then there's a main door. Can you show me the main door?
This is their main door.
I see. Okay. So they
and
enter
this
there.
is the tenant's door.
Right. So family room, good size kitchen. What's that nook beside the family? At the family's.
This one?
Yeah. What's that?
I think they're trying to eat some space. I cannot. I'm the landlord.
But good idea because now like there's a point of that's the kitchen, this is the living for the tenant. Not bad, huh?
Yep. So it's a I think
Is that a kitchen or what? Is that a sink?
it's a kitchenette. So
Okay. So what about the bath? Is it legal to do it?
This
to
one?
do that? Yeah. The third one.
apparently only some IDs or some contractors can do extra. You can carve up another toilet.
I see. So the toilet on top.
This one best to check with your contractors
Yes,
and your
please
IDs.
check,
yeah.
guys. Yes.
Yeah. Also on top they have their master toilet. Okay, and then this is their
Okay lah. So now their
studio
master toilet cannot a bit smaller lah.
no bathtub.
Okay. Good.
This is their trade-offs.
Nice.
And in an ideal world, this is what I would have done if it's possible. You extend the toilet, then you cut into two lah.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So just now you asked how much would that 4-bedder cost in today's time? Because this was in 2023. Jumbo versus Condo. Bada booms. First, if they stay put, they would have made another 90,000.
So 90,000 over the past 2 years, huh? Okay, yes.
This is their 4-room BTO lah.
Correct. If they stay on, decide to sell only now. Okay, good.
Their cash proceeds would have been higher.
Okay, fine.
So from 570, potentially they can sell at 660.
Then I wait now.
Then I wait.
Okay.
But if they went for that 4-bedder condo,
Bellwood,
they would have made paper gains
230k.
230 odd
Oh
thousand.
my god.
Yeah. Then when I was doing the research on the Jumbo, I was quite shocked.
Okay. So what about the Jumbo?
The Jumbo, drum roll. In 2 years.
300.
Bada booms.
Wow.
Yeah, same square footage. I think this is the one that appeared in the news. 1.27.
I see.
In Woodlands.
Ah.
So this includes COV. I'm not sure how much the COV.
The exact valuation.
150.
Okay.
Yeah. Back then when we bought 930,
Wow.
no COV.
So it's a good thing they did not listen to you.
Maybe. But again, it depends on how far of a time horizon that you stretch.
Correct.
Right? Of course, within 2 years, nobody could have foreseen the market move this quickly. But if you prolong it over 30 years, again, there's so many variables.
Correct.
The equity that they build. Can the Jumbo sustain this growth?
Correct.
Because it's also subjected to lease decay. Of course, for now, in this 2-year race, the Jumbo is leading.
Alright.
On top of that, they are making...
$60,000. Okay,
In 2 years.
2005.
this is
Nice.
gross from their Jumbo studio.
So 60 plus
Plus 340, a total of...
$400,000.
$400,000.
So that's why you pay a consultant to help you.
That's true.
Correct.
Make 400,000 in 2 years.
Correct. Wow.
Yeah. So this was the Jumbo studio.
Okay, good. Okay.
So if they stayed put, assuming annual growth in their 4-room BTO, 2%.
So status quo, 2%. Okay, annual growth 11,000.
Yeah, projection, they potentially in 30 years
$1
time,
million.
$1 million. Their outstanding loan, no more. Less off. I mean, this is everything, CPF,
Right.
etc.
Right.
If they bought the Jumbo at 950, 930, and then monthly they get 2K. Okay, annual growth also 2%. Okay, plus the rental income, they get about 2.5.
Okay.
If they bought the 4-bedder and assuming it grows 3%, 3.6 million.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. What you did not put here is the age of the properties.
Yeah.
Okay, because in Singapore, lease decay is a real thing.
Yep.
Okay. For example, property number 1, yes, I think it would probably reach around $1 million. Property number 2, maybe not 2.5 million because 30 years later, it's going to be like, how many years balance?
Maybe left with
20?
40,
40 years.
Because
So
now
for-
70.
Right. So the problem with 40 years, because the older a property gets, the smaller the buyer pool.
Yes.
Okay, and who else will be buying a Jumbo in the future if not for a young family who is growing their nest?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to hit 2.5, but okay,
Correct.
good projection.
But the thing about the Jumbo hybrid kind of plan is because they have that studio
Correct.
to combat the lease decay.
I understand. Makes
And
sense.
their retirement can be living in the studio and rent out the
You are 100% correct.
bigger
yeah,
part,
you're
the
right.
bigger side. Yeah.
1.5 million, 45,000. Yes, because the Bellwood property, Bellwood is a resale EC.
Resale
It's now
EC.
what, 8-9 years old?
Yeah. So let's say 10 lah.
Let's say 10. In the future, it's going to be like, so there's still good lease balance of 60. So it's going to be like North Oaks.
Yeah.
Something like that. Still can sell.
Still. Yeah. So this was their plan. Oh, extra.
Because you guys stay tuned.
Yeah.
So there's some extra.
So extra, there was one particular property that we saw, and it was a 4-bed dual key condo in the north area as well. It was this
4-bedroom dual key.
4-bedroom dual key condo. So you get the best of both worlds in terms of number one, it's a private property. It's relatively young. You do not have to spend so much on renovation. You still get your studio to rent out, and you still can house your parents, etc.
This one no need to check with HDB legal or not because it is supposed to be a dual key. Nice.
So from the get-go, it's a dual key. So you enter here, and then this is the studio, and this is the living dining space. Quite decent if you ask me. And then You have your store over here. You still have wet and dry kitchen. Okay. And then this is your third WC. You have a junior master.
Ensuite, okay.
This is for parents lah. This is for kids.
Any
And then-
senior ensuite? For parents, what?
Yeah, this junior ensuite is for the senior.
So this is Forestville.
This is one Canberra.
One Canberra.
So this 1442, it appeared on the market like just a while only. So when they sent me this, I was like, hey,
Not
good
bad,
layout, can go for it.
And you can rent out for potentially higher price for your studio.
Yeah, potentially.
Not much more, I guess.
I think about the same.
About the same, okay.
About the same. The thing about the Jumbo dual key, the studio is huge.
I see.
Yes, you don't have facilities, but sometimes they just want size.
Correct.
Like size can be underrated, especially now with harmonized project.
Right.
Efficiency, everyone's talking about efficiency.
Yes.
But sometimes you cannot compensate for I want space. Yeah, something like that. So let's assume 2,000 a month. Yeah, you get additional 40,000 in 2 years lah. If you're
Right.
looking at that 2-year kind of race.
Right.
Bada booms. How much is it now?
1.95. What was the price before? Oh, this was the price.
No, that was the price. So the price before.
What?
Remember 2023?
Okay. 1.5, is it?
Actually, the property didn't. Eventually didn't sell.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so there was no unit for us to buy.
I see. Did the owner pull back or what?
I believe so because we didn't view.
I see.
Even.
Okay.
So when I did a bit of research, and I was like, oh man, we could have gotten a unit. Let's say 1.5.
Okay.
Now in 2 years, just by appreciation alone,
All right.
it's up by 400 on top of the
Interesting.
40,000 studio.
Yeah. So my question is, if you're this property owner, if you knew this, would you have stayed or would you have maximized your capital?
Again, it depends. If all things align, if you are still earning well and all that, go for the bigger.
Right.
You now in 1004. What stops you from progressing further?
Right. So again, it depends on the philosophy of the clients meeting us. In a way, I would say like when a client meets me, I think almost 100% of the time, they've not made up their mind once they see new information. Because you can only make up your mind when you see everything, when you have all the information at hand. So that's why they say well-informed decision lah. So to a certain degree, it also depends, when they see your planning like this, it helps them think about their priorities again.
Oh, yeah.
It gives them an open mind lah, I would say.
Correct. Because if let's say your priority is to get space and you do not want to meddle with tenants, then you would have offload this property long.
But Jeffrey, tenants are passive income.
Ooh, I beg to differ. Have you ever managed tenants in the first place?
Okay, so
It sounds rosy from the outside.
Right.
But on a monthly basis, because you are planning based on tenancy in terms of rent, what if they don't pay? What if they mess up your house? What if they cause you a lot of trouble in terms of, hey, this one can change, that one can change?
so it's not 100% passive, it's just how passive lah.
Correct.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, on this channel, we are all about making active income great again. Because when it comes to passive, there are certain things that you forego in terms of control, the variables at play. But in terms of active income, you are so-called the master. Okay, not enough lead, market better.
Correct.
Not enough sales, conversion is bad, work on your skill set, for example. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we are not huge proponent of passive income. And the true passive ones are typically your dividends.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And that is when you accumulate a very big pot,
Yeah.
substantial.
Correct. I mean, even if you sell your condo or sell your HDB, buy two private, one to stay, one to rent out, you have to become active in terms of managing, like you said. So if you're not keen on that, or you're not leveraging on the 75% loan, then don't buy property. Might as well you buy REITs.
Oh, yeah.
Or might as well you buy the Magnificent Seven, the stocks, blue chips, things like that.
So even in terms of tenancy, the trend after a while, landlords, they rather take a single tenant with a lower kind of rent versus a couple, for example. Because lesser footprints, lesser moving parts, you see,
Correct.
quieter,
I understand.
especially when it comes to dual key.
I see. Okay, good.
So in summary, their options back then was to either go for a jumbo or condo, and then fast forward, they actually moved to a jumbo. Can this price maintain in the future? We do not know. But one thing's for sure is that they always have that studio to combat that lease decay. And if you want to even milk it even further, take this money and invest out. That's the best. Retirement wise, they still can rent out their whole HDB. They still can stay in the studio if they want to. But they met their objectives of housing their parents and having the size for their family.
I see. Do you guys talk about retirement planning and things like that?
Yeah. 2 years ago, maybe not in depth. But again, retirement planning can be quite far out, especially if you're in your 30s. And if you tell me that the idea that, okay, number one, the tenant is going to pay for my renovations somewhat. Right? It's not sunk cost. And then in 5 years' time, it's net positive. Because the wife eventually took no pay leave.
I see.
Wanted to take care of the son.
Yeah. And like,
So
is
it gives
it
you
a
that-
sabbatical?
Yeah,
for a
it
while?
gives you that flexibility. I mean, we mentioned before in our previous episodes. Nowadays, people are more accustomed to, okay, I forgo these financial returns.
Right.
I want more time for health, my mental health, or even family and things like that. Because your kids are only going to be that young once.
I agree. I mean, maybe like 15 years back, people are thinking like the philosophy is just money, right? But then they realize there's more to money. You know, people get more educated. People are more exposed to a lot of philosophy and ideas. So yeah, it's also interesting to see how the housing landscape will change in Singapore based on these newly adopted philosophies lah.
Yep. Yeah, money won't solve all your problems, but it will solve all your money problems.
Yes.
And a lot of problems come from money. So of course, have that base. Yeah, the one thing I remember the husband is like, oh, you mean after sell by, I can keep 160,000? Ooh la la.
Oh la la.
Show me the money.
Okay, so Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
If people want a plan like this, how do they reach out to you?
Oh, you can reach out to me via Instagram.
Instagram the
or
best.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
We are also going to show QR code on the screen.
Oh, okay.
And then you just scan and then you can reach out.
Yeah, then we can take it from there.
Right.
All right, that's it, man. Thank you guys for watching and staying tuned all the way to the end. Of course, leave your comments down below if you have suggestions for us. If you want to poke holes at our consultations, okay, we are more than happy to be proven wrong. And we are always in that so-called journey to keep upgrading and making it better lah,
Correct.
for clients. Yeah, because back then, for me, no spreadsheet.
You're right.
And then you also adopted a spreadsheet from a client. Yeah, and all these projections actually help a lot of our clients, which we ask for feedback. So again, feedback if you can. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.